Hey guys, it's Jenny, and today's Pretty Little Liar is going to be Emily. Now, I told you at the beginning of the series with Aria that I didn't want to do the plastic girl, pretty girl curls, which unfortunately is pretty much the only thing that Emily ever does with her hair besides maybe put it up in a ponytail. So I thought I'd try something different with her, and I'm going to give you some tips and techniques for keeping your hair nice and clean for swimmers. I've been asked this a long time ago. Somebody in high school said that they have it as a class, so it's kind of like a double thing. It's not a tutorial, but it's going to just keep your hair nice and healthy. Now, the three main problems that most people get with swimming very often is that it makes your hair very brittle, it gives you split ends, and it can become green because of the chlorine. So these are going to be the little tips that I'm going to give you to keep your hair nice and normal and healthy as a swimmer. So you know when you go into a locker room to change and you see the sign that says please take a shower before you come into the pool? Their goal is to keep the water clean, but you really should listen to this because you want to get your hair completely wet before you go into the pool. If you go into the pool with dry hair, then your hair is just going to suck up all the chlorine and hold it in. But if you have your hair completely wet before you go in, and then you get in, it's not going to absorb into your hair as much because it's already absorbed the regular shower water. And then after you do that, you're going to want to put a little bit of leave-in conditioner into your hair. This is also going to act as a barrier for the chlorine not to get onto your hair. And then you want to use a swim cap. Now, if you're, not a professional swimmer or someone who swims all the time, maybe you can skip this step. You're just doing it recreationally once in a while. But it really helps with the chlorine too. I mean, when I just recently found this out. I don't know what I was thinking, but I thought that the swim cap was just only to keep your hair back for the professional swimmers so that they go faster, which it does, but it also keeps out a lot of the chlorine too, even though your hair is still will become wet because it doesn't keep your hair locked in. The water will still get in, but it helps so much more than if you didn't have it. And then when you get out of the water, you're going to want to use anti-chlorine shampoo and conditioner. And then once a week you want to deep condition your hair. So this will keep your hair, bring it back to being healthy, and keep the brittle split ends from coming. Now a lot of the times when you're done swimming, you're going to have places to go, especially if it's a class and you don't have time to blow dry your hair and style it however you normally do. So you can use a big toothed comb to get all the knots out of your hair first. And then, the easiest thing to do is put it up in a bun, but my favorite thing to do with wet hair is to do a fishtail braid, which I will put the link here, right here, for my tutorial that I've already done for the fishtail braid. It's my favorite thing to do with wet hair because it's really simple and it looks very cute. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial, and I'll see you guys next time for Hannah. Bye!